Hi everyone, we're Kali and Fati. We're dreaming of building an off-grid and more self-sustainable life. We started this adventure 2 years ago, trying to get a clear idea of what exactly it is that we want, how and where we want to do it. After lots of discussions, research, reading and speaking with other people about their experiences in other countries, we've decided to start out in Spain, on the east coast of this beautiful country. Apart from countryside living, renovating, gardening and all that fun stuff, we're also interested in video and filmmaking. We want to document our journey and share our experiences with any of you that are interested. We have zero previous experience of any of it, but if you're watching this, that means we've managed to do at least one video from start to finish. Let's hope it turned out okay. When we started the hunt for a house and land where we would be able to build our vision, we had a few basic priorities. We knew that we wanted to be somewhere bright and sunny, mainly because we're miserable if it's grey for more than a few days, but that meant that one of our top priorities had to be water, as they don't usually go hand in hand. One of our first discoveries was that the kind of countryside living we hoped for isn't too common in Spain. It seemed to us that every time we found a nice plot of land, it was surrounded by pig farms, chicken farms, or huge agricultural monoculture farms. But after 5 months of disappointing viewings and thousands of kilometers in our little car, at the end of August 2023, we finally found our home. The house was love at first sight, even though it was actually raining the first time we went to see it. To be honest, I for one was completely tired of searching and wanted a break, but we decided to just organise to see one last house that was in the area that we had heard good things about. We went with no expectations. In the listing photos, it was just a small house with overgrown trees and didn't really look like anything special. The first shock was the pool. We weren't looking for one, but of course, thinking of having a dip on hot summer Mediterranean days definitely helped persuade us. It has a view of the protected pine forest at the edge of the land, and, we measured it, the pool is actually bigger than the main area of the house. It was not in the best shape, more of a pond than a pool actually. The second shock was the house itself. In our price range, we had gotten used to seeing sheds with potential instead of real houses, but this house had beautiful arches and stone walls and all of the basics to live inside. We weren't looking for a huge house, and this one is big enough for us. Plus, it has 2 sheds and a cooking area and lots of space outside. We have just under 1.5 hectares of land, covered with around 200 olive trees, a few almond trees, some grapevines, a huge carob tree, and some very sad figs. We have quite a few young pine trees too. The land was abandoned for a while, and they grow so quickly, but they're strangling our poor olive trees and we need to do something about it. More on that later. The house is off-grid, but it already had a basic solar power system, and luckily, a local company is pumping water up the hill to fill the huge tank of water near us. They've brought this mountain to life. When we bought the house, the previous owner didn't want to empty it. That was great for tools and gadgets, but it meant we had a house full of stuff that they'd collected in the past 15 years of them living there. It was a huge challenge to go through all of the stuff on the property one by one and decide whether to keep it or not, and apart from that, nature had kind of reclaimed part of the property anyway. Among the dirt, dust, insects and dead animals, we started to clean. First up was the house, so we had somewhere at least to camp out while we were working there. It took around 2 full days to empty just the house, and around 10 carloads to and from the rubbish and recycling bins. Next up was the shed. I'll probably be referring to this shed as the office shed, as our plan was to make it a studio. We started off calling it the rat shed, so I guess it's actually an improvement. Originally it was a kitchen. It smelled so bad. I thought it was the dead rat, but the worst smell seemed to be coming from an old crate of sunscreen and body lotion. I think one of the bottles exploded and it had kind of melted and stuck to the countertop. We couldn't clean it or scrape it off, so maybe somewhat desperately, we just cut a whole section of the countertop instead. Really, the smell was that bad. After that, we moved to the second shed, or shed, where the pump and filter for the pool and a solar system were stored. After another whole day of dirt, dust, chemicals, cleaning and another dead rat, it looked a bit more organised. With that, we finished the first round of sorting and cleaning. Then came the biggest cleaning challenge, the pool, but we'll come back to that later. We aim to move into the house as soon as possible. Right now, we aren't living there full time, as we have work and other things to think about first. We want to create a house and a life where we can live off-grid with a more self-sustainable approach. We have a lot of ideas, maybe a campsite type area for friends to visit, maybe a community kitchen to share the food we grow from the land. We don't have all of the answers, we don't even have all of the plan, but we're looking forward to seeing where this next chapter takes us. We need to fence the land to protect it from wild boars and animals. We need a gate for the entrance, a light system on the land, a rainwater collection system, a greenhouse, a watering system, and much more. So that will keep us busy for a while. We definitely have a long way to go, but we're happy to have made the first step. But before we can get on to any of those things, we need to get back to cleaning the pool. That will be the next episode. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you there. Hasta luego!